Thank you for watching Murder, Monsters, and Mysteries. Today we take a look at a terrifying sea serpent. The sea serpent of Toronto, Lake Ontario. Some of the hottest summers in Canada can be found in Toronto. The weather is hot and sticky, and oftentimes residents can be disappointed when they're not allowed to swim in local beaches due to high levels of pollution. But what if there's something else in the water, dangerous, other than pollution? What if below the waves there's a large sea serpent, something more dangerous than E. coli and a case of pink eye? What if there's a gigantic monster with razor-sharp teeth and a taste for human flesh? This lake has a long history of creature sightings. Centuries ago, the Seneca had a legend that told of a huge beast called Gassiendaitha that inhabited the depths of the lake. This creature is described as serpent-like, and it's consistent with more modern accounts. However, in the original description, this creature was believed to have the ability to fly and shoot fire from its mouth, which sounds a lot like the Seneca were describing a dragon. When European settlers arrived, they didn't put much stock into what the Seneca believed until they started seeing things in the lake as well. August 14th, 1829, the Kingston Gazette and Religious Advocate reported that children playing on the beach at Grantham, near the present-day St. Catharines, had spotted a hideous water snake, or serpent, of prodigious dimensions. This was very exciting news, and brought a lot of attention to the newspapers. Just like today, people enjoy hearing a big story. But many of the population believed what these kids were saying. The paper closed the story cheerfully, observing that the creature was not the first one of the kind that had been seen in Lake Ontario, and there can be no doubt of the existence of such monsters in our inland seas. 3 years later, the monster had migrated east. The Oswego Palladium reported on July 1st in 1833 that Captain Abijah Kellogg and others on the schooner Polythermus had spied a 175-foot blue serpent as they made their way into Kingston Harbor. The creature they spotted had no obvious head, but rather tapered off like the end of a giant earthworm. It leisurely swam by the ship before undulating its way up the St. Lawrence. The monster must have been drawn into the Kingston area because it turned up again at nearby Gull Beach in 1842, surprising two boys named McConnell. It was very normal in the 19th century for parents to send their kids to play unattended by the lake, as unless it was harvest time, families didn't have need for all the children at home. So, in this instance, the children had been sent away to play on their own, and while playing next to the shore, they spotted the creature swimming nearby. The boys ran to tell their parents. Their parents brought a friend who had a rifle. They intended on killing the creature. They scanned the shoreline for hours looking for it, but did not spot it. The children described it as brown and 30 to 40 feet long with a large head, and then after seeing it, it disappeared back into the depths. You may be wondering what this has to do with Toronto, but be patient, we're getting to that. After a 30-year hiatus, this serpent once again reared its head on June 25, 1872, the Globe reported. Residents of Olcott, New York, which is directly across the lake from the greater Toronto area, witnessed a bellowing monster leap 50 feet out of the water before making its way northward, out of sight. By August 1877, the creature had moved closer to Hogtown. It showed up in Burlington Bay, where it was described by fishermen as resembling a log with a mouth like a crocodile. One angler claimed that the monster had snapped off his oar, leaving visible tooth marks. The journalists of the Kingston Daily News noted that we give the story as gathered for what it is worth, and leave the reader to investigate for himself. August 22nd, 1882. The beast finally makes its way to Toronto. And now for a brief commercial break.
From the evil one, deliver me.
From the evil one, deliver me.
At the hour of my death,
At the hour of my death,
call me and bid me to come to thee.
call me and bid me to come to thee.
Give me the compass. If you don't, we'll take her eyes. We'll take your family's eyes. We'll make this whole town blind.
From the evil one, deliver me.
At the hour of my death,
At the hour of my death,
Probably should have come here first.
come to thee.
call me and bid me.
An account in the Toronto Mail, which was reprinted in the New York Times, reported a serpent sighting in the water near Fort York. It was described by 3 witnesses as 50 feet long and as wide or wider than a man, bluish-gray colored, with stiff bristles covering its body. They claim that the creature spent some time basking in the sun, then snorted derisively at the assembled landlubbers and swam off into the distance and into history. Except for a few unverifiable internet accounts, the creature had vanished. In 1934, something strange surfaced near Kingston, but the unimaginatively named Kingsty was revealed in 1979 to have been a hoax. Is there a monster in Lake Ontario? The descriptions over the years have been inconsistent, as often eyewitnesses are. However, the one thing they all have in common is the claim that they've seen something. A large creature, head or no head, toothless or fanged, they all claim to have seen a large serpent. There are also dozens more sightings that have not been proven or disproven. Some of the sightings can be attributable to fish known to live in the lake. Lake sturgeon can grow up to 3 meters in length, although the largest on record in Lake Ontario is about 1.75 meters. American lake eels, also native to the lake, have an appropriate serpentine appearance, but generally top out at just about a meter long. This creature has not been spotted in years, though, so maybe it's died, or maybe the monster is still living, deep below the waters. Maybe it's moved to a less populated area of the giant lake. Maybe someone will see it very soon along the shores of Lake Ontario. Thank you for watching Murder, Monsters, and Mysteries. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe, as we'll be uploading more regularly.